Yeah, that's right. Why the hell are you sweating buckets then? I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why, that's easy. For example, there's the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know that this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left-handed. So basically, you were saying that in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But... Wouldn't that mean that the real criminal was someone, not somehow, the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would that person know her name was Maggie? Maggie. That is a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before this trial. Yeah, I've actually watched the show a lot. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times. I didn't know they adapted this into it though. Because this was, well, the 2 cases that are missing from the show is Rise from the Ashes, which I think would be incredible to see in the show, and this. But, oh wow. I've seen the show, but I completely forgot that this isn't in it. Might have to watch that then. I forgot. Was there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? There was a way. It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn. The defendant's name was Maggie. Now will the defense please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name? The phone! The phone! Maggie found this in the park. She got in contact with its owner, but they never showed. Bing bing! Mr. Wellington! You didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realised you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? Why you... How did you... Fuck off, Pain. What I actually need is a button that says fuck off, Pain. The amount of times I've got to be saying it. Although, Pain's only in one case, so... It will probably just change. Your Honour, these questions have nothing to do with... Overruled! I knew it. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between this witness's cell phone and the murder? I do, Your Honour. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. Ah, okay. Right, I've not got around to watching Season 2. Mostly because I want to experience Trials and Tribulations, the game, before I watch the show. Whereas with Ace Attorney and Justice for All, I watched them both before I played the games. So, yeah. I mean, I don't mind that I did it that way, because to be honest, watching the anime got me into the games, because I was like, this is incredible, I have to play these games. She also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Oh, that bloody ringtone. Beep! Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. Aha! Yeah, I think... To be honest, I'm pretty sure Trials and Tribulations is still regarded as the best Ace Attorney game out of all of them. I think they're all regarded as being incredible games. It's just Trials and Tribulations is like next level. That was when you learned that her name was Maggie, which is another reason why I want to go into that without watching the show, because then it's just clean slated, kind of. Or experiencing it first-hand, kind of, I suppose. But you made one fatal mistake. A fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Order, order. But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive. And your point is? It's a very simple. Oh no, I plan on doing all the Ace Attorney games, and to be honest, when it comes to reviews of games, I don't really trust any of them. Because it's all, like, games are subjective. I've found games that I've loved that everyone else hated, so I just go into a game, not blind, I like look up reviews, see what people think, and just like, okay, it might not be that great, but usually I end up really liking the games. So, I really don't take much notice of what people say about certain games being terrible or whatever. It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Ooh. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Now then, please present to this court proof that the witness had a motive. So... The phone again. I mean, I'm not... It wouldn't be the phone. Wait, what would be the motive? Oh, shit! Not that. This. A list of con artists and their phone numbers stored on the sale phone Maggie found. I mean, that's the only thing I can think. Yeah, go. Take that! Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list? These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. We have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone memory. Or cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artists group. What? Con artists? Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder. You're one of those people. Oh, crap. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. Do you think any of you, can know what it's like to be a refined man like me? Your Honor, this is unjust badgering of the witness. Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? Isn't that obvious? The witness is... a victim. Looking into that group, no, he's a member. It's quite obvious, he's a member. Duh. Sheesh. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on the phone. If anyone were to look into these numbers, or phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. No! This is too much. Sheesh. That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. That police officer, is he gonna have a breakdown? Oh god, maybe not. Phew. Your Honor, what is it, Mr. Payne? Your Honor, this is unjust badgering of the witness. Didn't you just say that? You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago. Please! Please, let's think about the contents of that cell phone. Hello? Oh, thank you, I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone? That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this point? If you think about it logically, then it makes sense. then maybe we should be thinking outside the box. That happens far too much. So you need to change your perspective. Then you'll find the answer. Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slimeball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner. Well, he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Oh, Dustin! Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? Because he's a member of the group. If he saw a cop, he would assume the jig was up. Victim and a policeman. Seems that he was dating the defendant, Maggie Bird. Whoop. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. The victim? You mean Dustin Prince? Yeah, there is no box. It's just... you just need to think differently. Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh! The girl that picked up my phone is with a policewoman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was already... what am I saying? I can't even read! In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying? Indeed. Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Oof. It's just rough. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. Seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Oh, now he's gonna have a breakdown. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. What the fuck? Impressive, not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What the hell? What's that supposed to mean? The evidence. Evidence. That guy's really creeping me out. Me too. All you've been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone numbers, suspicious phone number there, suspicious con group there. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't... Wait, that... I'm just reading that in my head and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Shouldn't that be you don't even have? Not you don't have even the slightest... Yeah, you don't even have the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. You can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. Right? It feels good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor, this is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. How come is it, whenever a witness has a breakdown, they always manage to turn the tables? Seemingly. This cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's got to be. Maybe the phone stored numbers, or the fingerprints on the phone. Fingerprints. I mean, you could say the numbers. But I think fingerprints is a more logical thing. I got it, we should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off. Oh. Well. What? You said there was sand all over it, so... Well, shit. Wiped it. I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. Bollocks. Oh no, he's back to his normal self. Well. It's oh so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He's made a complete recovery. That always happens too. They have a breakdown and then they recover. And then they break down again. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington? What's this? From the way you talk to me, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh no, break down again. Oh, you are too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh my g- now I remember! Hey! Huh. Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. Yeah, he was trying to find his phone by calling it. Constantly. Then whack! So that's when... What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we worked so hard... Oh god. To get this far. But I've got hiccups. Ah! If you don't do something quick, he's gonna get off scot-free. I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis, and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. No! Where? Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? There's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? Whoa. The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye, and it's a good night. I have a reservation at the ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go like that? No! Raise an objection! Fuckers! Yeah, bitch. Please wait, Your Honor. God, the flashes. Alright, Nick! I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything! Oh, is he going to be panicking? Oh, of course. Your Honor, the cross-examination's already ended. If he questions the witness with any more of his badgering, you will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well, but this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. Oof. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I only get one shot at this. If you cannot prove anything, or everything, it's over. For your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Indeed. Yes, you're right. I'm sure you're well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended. Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence. Oh. Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It all comes down to this. It's go time. Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything. It's not the phone. It's not a baseball glove. Oh, it'll be that. If he smacked Wright and knocked him out, he'd have taken his phone, thinking it was his. Because Wright was holding a phone in his hand, which might not have actually been the witness's phone. I don't know. That's all I can really think though. But if he took Wright's phone and they called it, like he would just randomly ring. And that would look really weird, wouldn't it? So, yeah. Business card. Maggie, you helped out a ton by giving me this. Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. I got the judges. Business card added to the court record. Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards. Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is the name, the back of the card. This card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now? But court is still in session. It's okay, you'll see. Okay, if you say so. She still has the pink phone from the first game. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We are going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to... Hey, it's this Steel Samurai. Mr. Wellington, it appears you're ringing. What? Why is my phone... What is with this stupid sounding ringtone? It's because the phones look the exact same. He didn't know which was which. Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. You're... No. It can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, you're toast. When you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. You gonna have another breakdown? Oh god, no, he's just gotta strangle him. Jesus! What the heck? Strangled himself and passed out. Cool. Real nice. So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone, and in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid, and has lost all ability to make rational judgments. Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding is Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very good. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty! Woo! Oh my god. This is the only time when I'm going to finish a case in one session. That is all. This court is adjourned. Woo! Yeah, I'd say probably all the others are about 4 hours each, because there's only 3 cases in this. Yay! We did it! Oh, look at her. I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It couldn't have been that bad, could it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of food, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. Wow. My life really... has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is, pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. Oh dear. And then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless. What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. Ah, that's right. You were talking about this earlier. It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and... before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death, your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet. I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Yeah, after all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name. You bet, I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Woo! Thanks, you take care of yourselves. No, take care of yourselves too. Yay! What a horrible day. I've got my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. Well, you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So, this might sound bad, but, who are you? Oh my. What? Jesus, I thought you said you got your memory back. Kind of. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases. But he's also been a good ally during others. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. Unless of course you fuck up and get a game over. In which case he comes out with a guilty verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaking me for someone else. Haha, I love how they're like, pain's forgettable. And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered. This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right, I have so many unforgettable memories with her. Not about her. For example, to Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. Feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? Well, I'm back now. So it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been 2 months since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. Hey! Episode 1, The Lost Turnabout, the end. I think I might actually call that the end of this session because Episode 2, or Case 2, I really won't get very far in like the 7 or, 30 minutes. So I'd prefer to just end it after that case and then, start Case 2 next time, which will be fun. Oh, I thought it was going to start it then. God, I got worried. Whew! Purest ending to a case so far. Yeah, it is. It's a nice ending. Either way, that is going to be the end of this session. It's shorter than I would have liked, but I managed to finish the tutorial case. God, it's the shortest case, and it still took an hour and 25 minutes. That's crazy. Either way, that's going to be the end of the session. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, take care.